Good morning. Welcome to episode 11 of Mahatma Gandhi's last 200 days. In this episode, we will look at the events of August 11th to August 15th of 1947. I'm thankful to the batchmates of RT84, National Institute of Technology, Trichy, and SriCity, who are the sponsors of this video. We are in August 11 now. In the previous episode, the episode 10, we saw that Mahatma Gandhi convinced Suravarti to stay with him in a poor area in Calcutta to solve the problem of the Hindu-Muslim riots in Calcutta. So Suravarti agrees, and then a place was selected. It's an old, dilapidated house which is open from all four sides. There is no protection, there is no security, nothing. It's all completely open. Anybody can walk in from anywhere. It's all very dirty, right? It's in a very poor locality. It's all surrounded by butcher's shop. There's a lot of bad smell coming. The smell of meat, raw meat is there everywhere. And the people have tried to do something. They try to put the bleaching powder everywhere so that the smell is not so strong. But it looks like a very angry face with a lot of makeup, right? That's how the place looks. So Mahatma Gandhi has no problem. He has been living in such localities all his life, and he just wears a very simple towel, and then he doesn't wear any shirt or anything. He's just walking, he's a half-naked fakir, right? But Suravarti, on the other hand, he is used to the Western clothing with all the suit, coat and boot and tie and all that. That's how he behaves. Gandhi has told him several times, this Western dress is not useful for India. You change to proper Indian dress. Why don't you wear khadi? Try khadi. This Gandhi has told Suravarti several times, but Suravarti is used to the Western culture. I was working in a software firm, a few years back. And when our clients come from abroad, when we go for a client meeting, we have a dress code. We have to go with the complete suit and tie and all that. And we have to go there in Chennai, right? So when we go for this meeting, our client will arrive with wearing shorts and t-shirt. And he will look at it, he will laugh at us. He will say, you don't feel hot? Why are you wearing this? Right? So as long as we see, so people wearing Western dress in hot Chennai, I think we are still not independent, right? We have to take that call. Okay. Anyway, so on 11th of August, Gandhi already arrives there in that place where it was selected for Suravarti and Gandhi to stay there. But there's a very, very angry crowd waiting there. Very angry Hindus waiting there. They're shouting at Mahatma Gandhi. They say, you are coming here, you're staying here just because Muslims are suffering now. Hindus are suffering some time back. Where were you at that time? You did not come at that time. You are somewhere else. Now, just to protect Muslims, you are coming here. So we are not going to allow this. So there was an angry crowd waiting there. And after that, Suravarti arrives. First change in Suravarti, he has changed to Indian dress. He understood that going and staying with Gandhi, we do not know how many days, in a locality like that, if he is going to come with the entire suit, boot and all with the Western dress, it's going to be very, very uncomfortable. He's going to sweat a lot. There is no air condition there. There is not even fan is there. So he has to stay in that kind of condition. So coming in a Western dress is not going to suit. So this forced him to come to Indian dress. That was the first change in Suravarti on 11th of August. So Suravarti joins Mahatma Gandhi, and there's another crowd waiting there, to attack Suravarti. They say that Suravarti is the person who was responsible for all rioting here, right? He only instigated a problem against Hindus, and now he is coming along with Mahatma Gandhi and sitting there and trying to preach everybody. How can we accept this? But Gandhi and Suravarti go in. They settle down. Gandhi very calmly, quietly handles the crowd, big crowd, angry crowd, crowd which is coming to attack both of them. Such a crowd, very violent crowd. So he tells them, how are we going to move forward? But this is what leaders should learn. But in any such situation, when you are faced with angry mob like this, that if you are going to defend yourself, you are going to start shouting, nothing is going to happen. You have to remain very calm. Gandhi was always smiling, right? No tension on his face, nothing. He says, okay, I accept all whatever you're saying. I'm accepting everything. But now tell me how to move forward. Whatever has happened has already happened, right? Now we want to move forward. How do we do that? Let us discuss that. So he was trying to pin down people for how to move forward, how to move forward. No, don't talk about the past. Let us talk about the future. How to go, how to move forward. That is the only direction in which Gandhi was trying to focus people's attention, right? That day evening, he wanted to have a prayer meeting. Gandhi's prayer meeting is also Sarvadharma prayer, right? It's going to be, sung, the Hindu songs will be there, Muslim songs will be there, Christian songs will be there, everything will be there. But the crowd said, no, we are not going to allow all this. This is not going to happen in Calcutta. So they said, no prayer meeting. So Gandhi said, okay. So today there is no prayer meeting. So let us discuss. Let us see what we can do. So your point is, Hindus were driven away from their places. Wherever they are staying, they were driven out forcefully. Right. Now you say you are going to drive out all the Muslims. So is this going to solve your problem? Right. Eye for an eye is going to end up the whole world blind. This is what is going to happen. Do we do that? Or do we take some positive steps from here on? What is to be done? And then they say, you are having somebody like Suravati sitting next to you. He is the number one culprit, right? Number one, Dada in this area. And you are keeping him with you. And you are trying to talk ahimsa. What is this? Then Gandhi says, yes, I agree to that also. Suravati is not dependable. You cannot believe Suravati. All this, many people have told me. But you see, on the other side of the coin, many of you go out and tell that don't believe Gandhi. Right? The same treatment you give to me also. A lot of people say don't believe Gandhi. So similarly, you are now saying don't believe Suravati. So whom should we believe? Right? Now, are we going to debate whether we should believe Suravati or believe Mahatma Gandhi, or are we going to move forward? So again and again, he brings back maturity into the discussion. He says, let us talk about this. Let us see how to solve the problem. Let us put all our minds together and solve the problem. Let us not create more problem. Don't talk in a way that we will create more problems. Stop that. We will solve the problem. So this was going on for nearly 48 hours, with all this angry mobs on both sides. Next day evening, the same crowd says, let us have Sarvadharma prayer. Okay, that was Gandhi's victory. Right? So much of discussion with people just cooled them down and then brought them to a mature thinking level of how to move forward. That was the only mantra. Now today people are saying, yesterday they said, we will not allow common prayer. Right? Today they say, yes, let us have Sarvadharma prayer. So they had the prayer there. There were songs from Hindu religion. Quran was read out, Bible was read out, right? Granth Sahib was read out. So a beautiful all religious prayer meeting happens in presence of Mahatma Gandhi and Suravati just hiding behind Mahatma Gandhi. He is not even showing his face, but he's just sitting there and trying to hide himself from the entire crowd. The prayer meeting happens. At the end of the prayer meeting, Suravati comes in the front. He stands up with tear in his eyes, with folded hands. He says, I am responsible for all the mistakes that happened in Calcutta. Please forgive me. I will not do this here afterwards. Sincerely, from the bottom of his heart, in front of a big, huge crowd, he says, please forgive me. He is apologizing. Right? That solved all problem. The problem maker, number one Dada of the area, just because he happened to stay with Mahatma Gandhi for maybe 48 hours, his mindset completely changed. Now in front of a big crowd, he says, forgive me, I will not repeat this again. I will make sure that there's going to be unity between Hindu and Muslims. I will work for it. I will be the first person who will be working for unity of Hindus and Muslims, not creating any violence. Okay. People put down their arms. They all take a vow that from that day onwards, Calcutta will remain peaceful and there will be no violence there. This was a major victory for Mahatma Gandhi. In 2 days' time, just going and sitting there, he solved a major problem there. He brought Suravati there. He made Suravati to apologize in front of the entire crowd. The problem is solved. Now we come to 14th of August. This is on Independence Eve, right? The entire country is celebrating that within few hours, India is going to be independent. After many, many years, after hundreds of years, we are going to get our independence. Every city, every village, every town, every road, every street corner, everywhere, there is huge pictures of Mahatma Gandhi. It's all garlanded and people are praying. They are all saying, no, Bharat Mata ki jai, Mahatma Gandhi ki jai, Vande Mataram. So all this is going on. Procession is going on everywhere. In Calcutta, Hindus and Muslims are taking out joint procession to celebrate independence. Right? The Constitution group, they are having a discussion to finalize the Indian Constitution. Babu Rajendra Prasad is the president of that committee. So he makes a big praise of Mahatma Gandhi. He says Mahatma Gandhi is responsible for the entire thing. Whatever independence we are going to get to tomorrow, Mahatma Gandhi is solely responsible for the whole thing. Jawaharlal Nehru was there in that committee. He also says Mahatma Gandhi, without him, we could have never achieved this independence. Lord Mountbatten, he was there. He is also appreciating Mahatma Gandhi. Right? Celebrations not just in India. India fought against the British, fought against the Englishmen, right? And Englishmen had to vacate India, hand over India to Indians and go back. But in London, there's so much of celebration. There's India House in London. Big picture of Mahatma Gandhi is kept there, and everybody same Mahatma Gandhi ki jai, Bharat Mata ki jai is happening in London. All over the world, people are celebrating. Right? There is no enemy. When you have a ahimsa war, there is no enemy at all. No, we don't have enemy. We don't have somebody who is defeated. Right? There is no defeat. It's complete win-win-win-win situation for everybody. So the whites in London, the Englishmen, the Europeans, they are celebrating. Independence is won against them. They don't feel it that way, right? They think they are part of it. That is the magic of Mahatma Gandhi. The celebration everywhere. But where is Mahatma Gandhi? When all celebrations are going on in New Delhi, the capital is getting ready, to get the Union Jack down and the Indian flag up, right? All these ceremonies are going to go on, but Mahatma Gandhi is not there. He is not there in any celebration. 15th of August is like any other day for him. He gets up at 3:30 in the morning. He is ready. He is going through all the letters, what he has received. He starts replying to the letters. Right from 4 o'clock, the stream of visitors, people are coming to meet him. So he continues to meet people. The only difference is Suravarti is sitting next to him. Right? So Suravarti and Mahatma Gandhi both are there together on 15th of August in Calcutta. Why? Gandhi is not so keen on participating in celebrations. He is keen on being there where there is work for him. Right? Wherever there is work, Gandhi will be there. Now today work is there in Calcutta. There was riots between Hindus and Muslims. He had to solve the problem. So he went there to solve the problem. So he continues to sit there in Calcutta, solving the problem of people. That is more important than participating in celebrations. We have celebrations all over India even today, right? In Sevalaya campus, we had a major celebration on the Independence Day. We had one girl who stood first in the entire state of Tamil Nadu, Harini from Thiruvallur. She came first in Tamil Nadu in the 12th standard examination. So we invited her as a chief guest to hoist the national flag. We had so many other programs. We honored the Corona warriors, nearly 100 Corona warriors who were all, Sevalaya family members. They all worked very hard during Corona time to give relief for people. So in the name of Mahatma Gandhi, so we celebrated people like that, their achievements. And we honored them, we gave them presents on that day. So I feel that wherever such work is going on, good work is going on, Mahatma Gandhi is present there. So if you ask, where was Mahatma Gandhi on Independence Day? He was there in places like Sevalaya. Thank you.